Hi friends, welcome to Aishudiy. Today we will make a bracelet with these beads, and this bracelet is a wire wrap bracelet combined with thread. So the materials that is needed for making this project is some 2 by 3 millimeter roundels. You can also use any 2 millimeter beads, and then I have this letter bead, alphabet beads. These are flat and round, and you can use any uh, bead you want, which is round and flat. And this one is I think this is 6 millimeter. I guess it's about half a centimeter. So you can use any beads you want like that. And then some 6 odd seed beads. You can also substitute the 6 odd seed beads with a different bead, like a probably a 3 to 4 millimeter roundels or bicones or whatever you want. And then we need 24 gauge wire, and then this is a thread. It's a polyester thread which is 0.5 millimeter thickness, and then a pair of scissors, and then we need round nose pliers, wire cutters, and needle nose or flat nose pliers. So I also need one more plier. So this is my needle nose pliers I'm using. This is just for measurement. You can skip it if you want to. First, let's just do the center part of the bracelet. For that, we need about 10 to 12 inches of wire. So here I have about 10 to 12 inches of wire. 24 gauge wire is what I'm using. And then I'm going to take my round nose pliers and make a wrapped loop at the end. So I'm leaving a considerable gap because I want to make a wrap which is like 5 wraps or 6 wraps close to. So here we go. So that's why I have a little bit more of a wire than usual, and I make the smallest loop as possible, and then I wrap once, twice, number 3. Okay, sorry, it just poked. Use your pliers, guys. 4, and 5. So we have 5 wraps here. Okay, excuse me. And I need a band-aid. I'll be back. So just watch out for the wire. It might be pokey, and then it might actually poke your fingers. There is some wire, there is protectors for your fingers, finger protectors they are called. They are even available in Dollar Tree, but they are a little bit big for my fingers, so I couldn't use it. But if you guys want, you can use it. So here we go, 5 wraps. Then straighten the rest of the wire out. I've tucked in the tail. Then add this flat round bead. In my case, I'm adding the alphabet bead. So there we go. And then hold the alphabet bead. And so for the measurement, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to measure this like this, okay? And the same, I will come back this side and measure, and then I'll just bend the wire there. So there we go. Then I'm making a loop here, and then I'm just going to wrap again 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So here we go. And then I have this so far. So now what we are going to do is I forgot to tell you guys the seed beads that I'm gonna use. And you can use any seed beads you want. You need 11 seed beads or 15 seed beads. Anything will work. I'm having here the same color seed beads, so I'm using that. Just a little bit is enough. So just straighten this out a bit. I want this to face in the same direction, the loop. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pick up the seed beads. One, two, three, four, 8. About 8 seed beads should be good enough. Let's see. So I'm just going to push all the beads to the center bead, and then I'm gonna bring it around. So I'm just going to make sure that I'll take one more bead. I want to cover this circle with seed beads. So how much ever it takes for you guys to cover this should be a good thing. Let me see. Okay. This bandage is not working that fine. Let me just do it. Okay. There we go. I think I don't need the one seed bead. I think this should be enough. See, this one is a little bit more, so I'll take one seed bead off and then see if it's okay. I'm gonna straighten this wire a little bit because it's all kinked. So obviously my the wraps are not coming out properly. So I'm just going to move the seed beads and straighten this a little bit. There we go. And now bring this wire around just like that. I'll take one seed bead off. There we go. And then wrap this once. That's good enough. Okay. This is what we have so far. And then pick up 8 more seed beads. And then bring it around here just like that. I think one more seed bead I need. There we go. Then keep it right here and then pinch it with your fingers and then just wrap it once. Make sure the wrap is right next to the bead rather than up. So this is what we have so far, and then I'm gonna, so now what do is we take all the crystal beads. So these are 2 by 3 millimeter crystals, so you can use any 2 millimeter beads you want for the second round of the bracelet. So I'm just going to bring this around the seed bead round, and I'm thinking, is this good enough? One more crystal should be there. Okay. And then I'm just going to wrap it once, and then I'm gonna add the rest of the crystals. Eight crystals. So keep the crystal around just like that, and then try to wrap it once around this, and then I want you to put the wire inside here on the inner circle between the seed beads and the center bead. Just make sure the wire is not kinked and pull it so that it's tight enough, and that's it. You can snip off the excess wire in the back and tuck it in. When you tuck in, you need to make sure that you don't break any beads or so. And this is what we have so far. Take your round nose pliers and adjust your loop right here. So we have the centerpiece made, and then now we need to do the this is like a pendant which is going to go in the center of your bracelet, and we are going to do the sides. We are going to do the sides with, so we're going to do the sides with 6-odd seed beads. You can also add 11-odd seed beads in between, but that's up to you. That's totally your choice. I have just chosen the 6-odd seed beads, and then I'm going to take this 0.5 millimeter polyester cord. I bought this in Amazon. If you want a link, I can leave the link below in the description box. Let me know in the comments below. I'll give you guys the link where I bought, and it's really good. And about 12 inches or so, I'm gonna take double 12 inches. Okay, and then I'm gonna use my scissors to cut it. So we need 2 pieces that goes on the side, and then about 6 inches or so for macrame. 6 to 10 inches, 10-inch piece for macrame. So three pieces totally, 2 12-inch piece and 1 10-inch piece, you can see. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put this inside one of the loop, the 12-inch strand in one side, and then I'm going to take my, I know you can use your lighter to actually burn the end so that it's easy to add beads to the strand. I don't know, for some reason I am very bad with the lighters, so I always use a tea light candle. That place I don't know why it's always very difficult for me to use a lighter, guys. And I have seen people using lighter just like that, but for some reason it's difficult for me. So what I do is I just put both the strands together just like that, and then burn the ends, and then make it. So I want, yes, I want this. So if it is like this, and it's easy for us to, but still it's, let's just see if it goes through this. Yes, it is. So that's all we need. Then I'm going to do the same to the other side of the bracelet. I'm going to put this cord inside the other loop, take two cords and join those, and then burn the ends and try if mine goes through it. It will come like a thread. If it comes like a thread, yeah, this is what it is. Then it's easy for us to thread the beads. Now I'm gonna thread all my seed beads inside. So you can use a Chinese knotting cord. Chinese knotting cord in 0.5 mm is difficult to find for me. So that's why I switched over to this. It is this spool of thread has some 320 yards of thread or something like that, and it's $10. It feels expensive for me than the Chinese knotting cord, but the Chinese knotting cord I am not getting less than 8.8 mm. I am getting and then these beads, 6 or seed beads goes through it, but not with two strands. But since we are doing two strands in these bracelet together, that wasn't working. I tried that first, and I bought those from BB Craft a while ago, a set, and I do use for single strand knotting and macrameing that, and comes in very handy. But this one I really like because it's thin and it's polyester. It's not wax linen. You can use wax linen too. Wax linen is awesome too, but you will have to use glue rather than burning the ends. That part is still a little bit dicey for me. I like to burn and attach it. That way it is nice and secure. So the length of the bracelet needs to be based on your wrist size, and usually the normal length is 7.5 inches, but then we have to leave like at least 1.5 inch to 2 inch for macrameing the clasp. So and then accounting the pendant size of the bracelet. I'm so excited about this project because I never thought I could use this alphabet beads that kids use to make a bracelet. Like for us also, we can make it. And I mean, you can use it. You can use your initial. So I did B because my last name starts with V, so I used. You can use any disc beads you want. You can change this a little bit. And for this, these ones, the 6-aught seed beads, you can replace it with crystals, roundels, bicones, whichever you have available. But because this pendant is small, we are using 6-aught seed beads. But if you make this, you can make this pendant as big as you want, and in that case then you can actually use bigger beads for the this part too. I think we can use a smaller bead too, but not on both strands. On single strand, lemon seed beads will go, I think. This is thin enough to accommodate that. And if you have Chinese knotting cord in 0.4 mm, that's even more good. I have seen in beadshop.com they carry those in small spools, 0.4 millimeter Chinese knotting cord, and they use it for macrame necklaces. And you can check it out on their website too, but they are pretty expensive for a small spool. Whenever I like something, I like to buy a little bit more. Um, more bang for your buck kind of a thing. And if it is small, I always feel that I have wasted the money. That it's just my thinking. I mean, you can always buy a little bit and see if you're comfortable with, and then go for, so it's already almost 6 3/4 of an inch. So I'm gonna stop here. Okay, if I see this, okay, I'll take some couple of beads from here because I need to have at least 1 millimeter of the macrame. So I'll add one more bead this side. There we go. So what I do is I take the bracelet and crisscross applesauce the 2 strands like this. Okay, take the bracelet, crisscross and applesauce the 2 strands like this, and then take the 10-inch cord and put it underneath all the 4 strands, and then make an overhand knot, right over left, and take it, make sure both the ends are the same, and then tie a knot, and then change it like this. Okay, then start macrame, thinking that all these 4 cards is a center cord. Make your queue, put this on top, go underneath all the 4 strands, and then there we go. Now your piece, cues and piece. So I'll macrame this and then secure the ends by burning it, and then add some beads to these 2 cords, this one and this one. This is the basic square knot in macrame. If you want me to make a separate video on just macrame knots, I would do it. Just leave me in the comments below. I love macrame. It's very soothing, it's very calming, and it's like a monotonous work, and it kind of relaxes you a bit, in my opinion, because it's very therapeutic. That's what I'm trying to say here. So if you want to know, just let me know. I'll go over the knots. There are a couple of knots, like square knots, half inch knots, just like that. You know for sure if you make a mistake in macrame, that's the best part. And you can take it off and then do it again. No big deal. If you want to have a bigger piece, you can have a bigger piece. If you don't want to do macrame with a short cord, I'm used to it, so I'm doing it. But people don't normally like to do macrame with a short cord, so this is good enough. So I'm just turning it on the back side, and then I'm going to tie these two into a surgeon's knot. Surgeon's knot is nothing but simple knot, right over left, going underneath once. And for the surgeon's knot, you do it twice. You go under the thread twice and then just tie a knot like that. So I tie this knot, and then I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just use one bead for these two cords, and then I'm gonna make a knot, just an overhand knot with the two cords together. Just like that, and do the same on the other side. Just put a bead and then let the knots be on the same size, same height. That way it's uniform. Before tightening up, check with the other one. It's right here. Okay. And you're pretty much done. So this is where I knotted. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my tea light candle, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to snip off this cord, right, little bit, leaving a little bit of a distance. There we go. Okay, then what I'm going to do is I'm gonna burn the ends. So I take my pliers and then just press it. Just burn the ends and press it. Okay, I think I'm not coming in the camera. Sorry about that, guys. So here we go. Just burn the ends and then press it. So you can do it with your fingers too. Just burn it and then press it. That's all. So now you have your bracelet ready. There we go. Very pretty. So you can, it's adjustable, so anybody can wear it. I hope you guys like this video. If you do, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit the bell icon for notification. Share my videos to your friends and family if they if they have a mm, if they have an interest towards making beads and jewelry. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good day. Bye.